It's Yu-Gi-Oh time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Revoltech Yusei Fudo from Yu-Gi-Oh 5D's. He is the main character of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh show of all time. Like, 5D's is a lot darker, it's a lot more mature, and Yusei is really a lot more of a calm, cool, collected kind of guy, but he's always there for his friends and card games on motorbikes. And yes, a lot of people are like, well, motorbikes, card games is really stupid, but it doesn't matter. It still has a really good show and cool characters and really cool cards. I mean, the Sino Dragons, some of the favorites. But anyway, let's have a look at the actual figure. Size of Yusei. He stands at about, let me turn that on the right angle. Oopsies. Stands about 15 centimeters to the tippy top of the hair. And if we're going for the inches, that would mean almost 6, more like 5.9. Nice comparisons.
Here's Jolter, the SH Figure Arts Son Goku, Vulcan Lock Yugi Vulcan Lock Kaiba, Figma Yugi, Figma Kaiba, Stardust Dragon, and Darkseid.
Overall look and detail, it looks great for the most part. We have a little bit of weird engineering choices, which I'll get to more in depth when we get to the articulation, but what we have here is the Yu-Gi-Oh anime style. You have like the longer limbs, especially on the legs, also arms, and the paint, for the most part, it is painted, and it looks pretty good. So let's have a look at the fine detail first and foremost. The face sculpt has a stern look on his face. This is Yusei through and through. I love that. The one thing I don't like is the jawline seems to be a little bit too low. See, they always look like super thin, especially in the anime, and I feel like the jawline is a little bit too low over here. It's a minor detail, but it's something that is noticed. Then we have the mark of a criminal on his face, which is done in like a little bit more of a gold color, other than just straight up yellow. I guess it's standing out nice enough, and it does look clean, so I don't have any complaints about it. And we have the spiky hair with some more yellow on there, as a true Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist should look. And then we have the jacket, which it's painted in like a lot more of a glossy color, which I don't really know. You know, in the anime it didn't really look that shiny, but you could say, well, it's a leather jacket, so we're trying to make it a little bit more shiny. It's neither here nor there. I think it's the most important aspect of it is that the paint that is done here is done cleanly. Have all the line work, especially like in the collar. It's like the have like the gray button that's orange on the side. Have the shoulder pads. And down to the gloves, but also elbow pads, well, kind of an elbow pad, which, as I talked about engineering, is like one of the issues where this is standing out. And then down to the gloves, and we have the forever wavy jacket, which is not a Yu-Gi-Oh staple. Also the symbol, the red symbol in the t-shirt. Another belt with the buckle on there. Like, even the small buttons are painted. Has a very flat ass, but honestly I don't remember if Yusei had any kind of cake. Also, we do have some deck boxes in there, which is very important for riding and dueling. We don't get a motorcycle, by the way. How do you make the figure without a motorcycle? I would buy one, actually, I think. I don't know if I have enough room. But anyway, sorry for the tangent. We do have the kneecaps, knee pads, that was the word I was looking for. And the cowboy boots, with some a little bit more orange in there. So overall, I think it captures the look very nicely. And we don't have any trouble with that. However, there's more. So for the articulation, this is where it gets weird. First and foremost, head movement. That's not weird. That moves back and forth. Is on a big ball hinge, so you can bring that back and forth, side to side, and does swivel all the way around. But I'm getting stuck at the collar, so I'm not gonna do that, but you can. And you also have the neck is probably just on a ball. It's freely movable back and forth and has some nice rotation in there, so that overall is pretty good. What's not so good is the weird combination of joints in the shoulder over here. So we already have the shoulder pad, which has popped off on this side because it's just on a very small ball joint and a very short pack, so as such is not great. And then we have the entire hinge over here for the shoulder itself, which is not like a butterfly joint. No, Revoltech does their own stuff and have this entire molded hinge part moving forward, while the forward motion is pretty nice. And then you have a ball hinge in the shoulder, which I think is not in the right position, but it does move off. And then that just moves off, so... yeah, it's not great. And then we also have bicep swivel. By the way, I don't like how his arm is molded, how it's so flat over here. They did that so it doesn't clash with the rest of the figure, but still, as soon as you move it up, like depending on the angle, this looks really weird, but you know, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Anyway, then we have a ball hinge in the elbow. Can bring that up and down and like even some outside, and can also be swiveled a little bit. And then we have shoulder pad, elbow pad, which once again doesn't cover it up. And then you also have, I think, a ball hinge. Oh, it's just on a pack. Wait, there's a pack with a ball hinge. Yeah, there's like... So, the gloves are on also like a pack with a ball hinge. This one's like a lot more limited, but you can swivel it around. I feel like this one's a lot more free. There's a little bit more rotation in there, but still excessive. Then we have the ball hinge on the fist, moves back and forth. In the chest area, you have this piece over here, which I've already glued together because they had like a part in there which kept popping out for no reason, and it doesn't even accomplish anything if you not leave it in there. So anyway, when you get this figure, just probably glue that on because it's annoying and it kept us disconnecting. And once again, gluing doesn't prohibit any articulation. It's still like as it was before. So you can rotate this around, can bring it forward, can bring it to the back. And then for the legs, we have this weird joint where this entire part moves out, but then we also have something more going on in there, and it doesn't go to the back because they didn't go through with it. They just stopped on this side. You know, you could have just moved up the entire butt mode. If you're gonna make it look weird like this anyway, so who cares? Anyway, we do have the knee. It's on the ball, standard stuff, and once again, doesn't cover up the knee pad. The knee pad doesn't cover up anything, and you can still rotate this depending on the angle you have. Boots are not on swivel, and then the foot is on another ball hinge. You can bring that back and forth. Does tilt side to side. You can also rotate the ball joint on the top, so you can get some more outrageous posing if you move this to the side and like that. There you go. And then also there's a toe hinge. So I mean, overall articulation works, but oh my god, what's this engineering? For your accessories, first and foremost, you get a base which has, if I could get this up, freaking okay. So you put this, put the arm in the base, and then you have a base, and then you could put this in the back of the figure, or you can use the claw. I don't use the claw, but anyway, just put that on there. Then you have a claw. This is how a base works. Thank you very much. Then we have hands. We have open hands, posing hands, holding hands for like one card and one for the multiple cards. Then we also have cards for the hands to hold the cards. Fortunately, there's no detail on there, which would have been really nice, but considering how small it is, I'm not gonna be that guy to complain about that. We also have a deck, deck, and a single card, which once again, it's white, so we just have to imagine there's a Stardust Dragon on there, right? Then we have some faces. We have the smiling face and the hurt face, which I don't like. Like, the more I look at the faces without the hair, it's just me always a little bit cross-eyed. Well, not cross-eyed, but like the eyes a little bit too close together. And then we have an angry yelling face. Grr. The expressions aren't too great. I feel like the eyes are barely changing. And then we have a dual disc. This one looks pretty good. It's very accurate to the show. It's like mostly unpainted plastic though, but that's fine. Even have the little tray over here to open for the field spell. If I could, there you go. Whee! You put your field spell in there. But how do I link summon? There is no link zones. Also, there's some slots for the cards. Those don't fit in, unfortunately. Well, we only have one card. And then you have a slot for the deck. I haven't even actually tried if I can get that in there. So let's see. Eep. That fits. Does it stay in there? Yes. Okay, it's a tight fit. So you can put the deck in the dual list. That's pretty cool. I like that. Anything else I forgot? Oh yeah, we have this. And this. This is for the figure. So you can put the dual disc on his forearm and just connect it on this weird thing. And then we have this. I have no idea what this is. You can connect the dual disc to it. But then what? So there you go. Have a dual disc. You open this up and then I don't know, you put it on maybe a motorbike. That would be sweet. Do a motorbike, YuGiOh, you cowards. Anyway, moving on. Final Force! This figure's good, but it's really the weird engineering that takes me back. And other than that, it captures the look. Paint's really nice. Articulation works for the most part. And then the accessories are really cool. I feel like you get like almost everything you need with it. Of course, I just recently noticed that there is a DX version. Literally while I was doing this review, I was browsing and I was like, wait, there's a DX version? Yeah, I don't have the DX version, so would have been nice, you know, you have like the signer symbol on his arm and you have like a Junk Warrior, which I do have, like as a single figure, which I bought in like some kind of little boxes. But anyway, yeah, those are like the things I would say, well, would have been nice to have a little bit of an extra, but honestly, I'm not even too miffed about not getting the DX version. What we really would need down the line is a motorboy. Like, seriously. It's like 5D's. Card games on motorcycles! That's what they do. Anyway, the figure's pretty good. I just don't like the weird engineering. It makes it look kind of weird, and especially in the shoulder joints. You know, you always have the shoulder pads popping off, and that's not played a fun one with. Other than that, I like the figure. There's not really much for me to complain about because the look is good. And that's what I mostly care about. So, I will recommend this one for Yusei fans, and even if you're not, I mean, it's a cool little 5D's tribute, so go out and get it. Also watch 5D's, it's great. Anyway, that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever. Yusei Fudo. What's